Merci, Julie. The University of Calgary is my alma mater, so very honored to be on stage with you. It's a tough spot to follow Minister Alexander. He's, as you can see, very, very passionate about the work the department's doing. Just going to make sure this is working. Voilà. Tant donné qu'on a commencé un peu tard, peut-être, et avec 5 minutes, Queenie, peut-être je vais passer direct right to the issue here. I won't give you all of the rationale, why and how newcomers are not faring as well in the Canadian economy in some instances, why we need to do more. You are living that every day, you know that. Last night we spoke about the 4 elements of settlement reform upon which our regional and national priorities for our next call for proposal will be based. And so I won't go through those either. I will say, though, that the link between the pre-arrival work that the department is looking to fund and the domestic service is critical. We are currently in partnership with over 700 service-providing organizations across the country, hors Quebec, to support full social, economic, and civil participation. And we're currently working with 3 key agencies to provide our overseas platform. And so that's the panel that you have here today. Because our 3 panelists are going to go into great detail, I'm sure, on each of their programs, I won't take you through this overview, but I will say that, as the Minister indicated in his speech, we currently are spending, CIC is currently spending about $8 million per year on pre-arrival services, and that is going to increase quite dramatically over the next few years. Within 2 years, you'll see that have jumped to about $24 million per year. And so this is significant. It's important for us to be aware of that change, and we're certainly in a period of growth. And why is that? Why has the government decided to make that change? Why are we going to invest more in pre-arrival? Very simply, because it works. Because it makes sense and it's based on evidence. A few years ago, CIC invested almost $2 million in something we call the tracking of overseas graduates. I couldn't believe it coming to the department that we were spending money both domestically and internationally on service provision, and we weren't tracking the results of what those individuals, what their results were after getting the service. And so our team developed the Tracking of Overseas Graduates database with the Association of Canadian Community Colleges, as they were then called, to track the outcomes on the CIP overseas service. And what did we find? Well, we found that the results were significant. And Cynthia's going to give you a little more detail, but 75% of the individuals going through that free 2-day service are employed in Canada within a year, and of those 75%, almost 50% of them within the first 3 months. This is working. More important, and what the statistic I like to use is that of that 75%, almost 70% are employed in their field of study or in the work they were doing before they chose Canada as their new home. And that is what Canada needs. C'est très important, c'est primordial. It's evidence-based. So, the department put out a call for proposals for pre-arrival services. It closed in September. Those proposals are currently being analyzed, so I won't take any questions at all about your specific proposal. Mum's the word on those. And frankly, I can't because I'm not the one that's making those decisions. Our team provides the policy base upon which the call is managed, and then decisions are made by a separate and independent branch. But the service provision for those agreements will be put in place to begin on April 1st of next year. So the priorities for the call, as you know, was to hit on some of the issues the minister spoke about. What can we do in terms of economic integration, online and in-person pre-arrival? We're targeting at least 60,000 economic over 15 years of age and about 15,000 in-person for the economic classes. And in terms of refugees, hoping to serve pre-arrival at least 8,500 folks per year almost immediately. The alignment of the pre- and post-arrival, as I mentioned, is key. And I'm really, really pleased to hear from my colleagues that we've received over 120 proposals in our call. 120 proposals where many of you in this room and others across Canada are putting together concepts around tools to put on the overseas platform. Projects that will ensure the immediate integration and the full integration of newcomers to our country once they arrive, to help them get that head start and to help Canada continue to be a global leader. Queenie, I've always wanted to be on time. Je vais arrêter là et je vais laisser d'autres temps pour mes collègues. Merci.